Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Thursday, March 30th, and it looks like a pretty wet couple of days coming up. Again, between all 13 of our weather stations, I think we should see an average between 7/10 of an inch to 1.10 inches of rain again for today and tomorrow. And some of that could be in the form of snow once you get up here in the mid-Michigan area off to the north. But I think the best accumulations of an inch or two or so may be found once you get up towards Roscommon and Harrison or towards Oscoda, Tawas. Could see some accumulations though down in the Mount Pleasant Elma area as well, over into the northern thumb. But again, right now the best bet is going to be northeast lower Michigan. And again, for the headlines, then looks like plenty of precipitation again. Heaviest looks like it's going to be across the center part of the lower peninsula, and some areas could even see about 1.5 inches here over the next couple of days. As we look at the extended outlook, you can see it looks like we're going to continue to warm up. And again, I think as we get towards the second half of next weekend and next weekend and into the following week, I think that's when we really start to see some warm temperatures, and we may also dry out a little bit. But until then, looks like there'll be at least 2 or 3 more systems that'll head this way. There'll be another one late in the weekend and maybe one towards the middle of next week, and then I think we dry up and warm up even more. If we look at the normals for the day, our normal high is 48, the normal low is 29, and you can see we had 7 inches of snow back on this date in 1926. Today's record precipitation is 0.85, could be broke. That was set back in 1988, so we'll have to watch the rainfall totals here. As we look at the warmest and coldest temperatures across the lower 48 yesterday, the warm spot 94 degrees at McAllen, Texas, and the cold spot 13 above zero at Mount Washington, New Hampshire. If we look at the conditions around the MAC area yesterday, again, low 50s across much of the area. The warm spot in Owego at 54, and they also had the cold spot at 24, so very cold. We're 1 degree below average for the month of March. I think we're going to definitely end up the month of March below normal with near to above normal snowfall. Our normal snowfall for March here is 6 inches, and that's exactly what we got. So if we pick up a 1/10 or 2 inch of snow, we could actually be able to call this above normal snowfall. And you can see this is the rainfall totals that we're going to be keeping an eye on. And again, I'm forecasting between all 13 stations 0.70 to 1.10 average. And you can see currently we're at 0.2 for the average so far for the storm, but this storm is just beginning. And I'll update this probably every couple of hours here so you can get an idea of some of the other branch locations, what their storm totals are. And if we look at conditions around the area this morning, you can see temperatures in the mid 30s, even low 40s. And I'm concerned that we had the snow forecast a little farther south, but the dew points just have not really fallen off. And you can see the current dew point readings here as of 6 a.m. in the low 30s. So again, as Owego at 28, over to the thumb area from there north, as the precipitation begins and we get some cooling, we could definitely see some snow mix in. But again, I think the best chance is now is shifted a little bit farther north with maybe 1 to 2 inches once you get up in that area. You can see on radar this morning some of the areas trying to break out with a little bit of snow, and that could actually sink a little bit farther south before it lifts to the north. We'll see scattered showers and thunder showers move into the area. And again, we're expecting this area here across mid-Michigan to be in the area where we'll see the heaviest rainfall over the next 24 to 36 hours. And if we look at the satellite view this morning, you can clearly see that storm system turning its way through the plain states into the Corn Belt. And again, lots of moisture coming up out ahead of that, and that'll all be moving into the area. So a very wet day today, right on through tonight into tomorrow, is expected for the entire MAC area. And if we look at the next map, you can see the weather map this morning. The low is now coming into Missouri. And then again, it's going to head towards the northern Ohio Valley and push a lot of that precipitation. Strong to severe thunderstorms all the way from central Indiana all the way to the Gulf Coast. The areas I think are really under the gun are going to be areas like Kentucky into eastern Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, and down into Louisiana. I think those areas have a really good shot at seeing some tornadic storms here today, and a little bit farther east as we get into the afternoon. So it's going to be a very volatile day across the southern states today. And by tomorrow, that front becomes occluded. I think we'll see much less in the way of severe storms, and the cold air is going to continue around the Great Lakes. But again, mainly a rain event for much of the area. Snow looks like it'll lift off into northeast lower Michigan into Ontario. And our next system we're going to keep an eye on for later this weekend is going to be developing in the Rockies. And that'll probably actually bring more severe weather across this area. I don't see anything out there yet, but don't be surprised if Saturday, Sunday, you see a risk area show up in the Texas and Louisiana, Arkansas area. And again, for us, just a weak front that'll try to drop through. No cold air behind us. In fact, if anything, we're going to be warmer here late this weekend, right in through much of next week. As far as how much precipitation we expect, you can see a large area of 1 to 1.5 inches across mid-Michigan back to the southwest. Even southeast lower Michigan, though, around an inch is very possible here over the next 72 hours. And you can see our best chance for snow. Again, kind of centered around that Harrison area, I think. And we'll see how much snow falls up there. If you got any good pictures, send them my way if you would. And if we look at the snowfall again off the inset this morning, you can see the best chance of accumulating snow across much of northeast lower Michigan up there towards Alpena and Oscoda. Quite a bit of snow may fall in their area for this time of the year. As far as weather watch, nothing out there this morning. Again, this is kind of the area where we could see some snow, and some of the locations could even see a few slick spots. But again, no watches, warnings, or advisories for the Great Lakes at this time. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.